and then like let the executive director handle, because I can't, like, you can't micromanage it.
Yeah, no, I trying to just convey a sense of importance, like, yes, I care about this.
I appreciate it, by the way. Thank you.
So we started over.
This is Joe. Can you hear me?
Chris, do we have you, Chris Stanton?
I can hear you guys. This is Chris Stanton. Can you guys hear me?
We got you. Okay, and I see a 716, which I believe would be Dan's 50 hours. We have all.
This is Joe. Can you hear me?
We got you, Joe. Yep.
Okay, I'd like to,
This is Brianna from Hodgson Rock.
I'm being told to hold on, go ahead.
Sorry, it's getting the link on the website. The live stream on the website. Oh, we have the live stream on the website, yes.
Just glad I'm sitting furthest away from the camera.
I know for the record that the chair of the governance committee had none of these issues.
You're here.
I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Broome County Industrial Development Agency of July 21st, 2021. Looking for a motion to approve the transcript of our meeting of June 16th, 2021. And obviously, I'll accept any comments, edits, suggested changes.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Dan. Is there a second?
Second.
Thanks, Joe. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Come to the part of our agenda where we have our public comment section. Anybody wishing to speak on any matter concerning the IDA, please state your name and address for the record. Call this public comment section to a close. Executive Director's report. Stacy, updates?
Yes, first, it's nice to see you all in person and not in a computer screen. Although, yes, there's pros and cons to both. I think we're learning technology. But I just have a few updates I wanted to, while we have Bluestone and Northland Power on the phone, congratulate them. They did host a groundbreaking event on July 8th. I was out of town, but Brendan was able to attend. So it's nice to see that project continue to advance. We are working as it relates to financial, so I'll sort of cover both. We are working on a number of project closings, including the EJ Victory building with Policy Development, which I believe will be hopefully doing a groundbreaking of their own by fall. Greater Binghamton Sportsplex, that's the Cashew project, and as well Altura housing project. So those are in the process, in the pipeline to close this year. A number, as you know, we received an EPA assessment grant in May of 2019, and we are now able to advance a number of those projects. So as we outlined in our grant application to the EPA, we will be getting work with Elon on the Endicott forging site. What we're doing there, this EPA grant is nice. It sort of it resembles what we were able to do with BAE, and we can actually do environmental review, but also use it to do some redevelopment and feasibility analysis on potential reuse. And so what we're looking at is that corner of Hayes to the corner of McKinley Ave in Endicott. So taking that block, including those former IBM complex, and how could we sort of re-envision, reimagine those sites into shovel-ready development sites. So we'll begin that, I think, by fall. And as well, we're working with Hollis Development, who is recently purchased 19 Avenue B, the building adjacent to the EJ Victory building, was another building that we had identified in our grant application. So we can provide some assistance to do some of the environmental review of that as well. So that's the process. are part of a group, the New York State Economic Development Council will be publishing next month a statewide report on the positive impact of IDAs throughout New York State. And Broome County has a featured project. They requested to highlight the Spark Room Sears project, which includes the Factory by Beer Tree Brew, and opening in next year, the Lourdes Health and Wellness project. So that will be one of the featured projects in that report, which again is coming out next month. And I think they'll do a nice job with that, and we'll make sure we get that out to everyone. And then lastly, you should have in your folders, and I just want to encourage, if you have clients or businesses yourself or vendors, anybody, the state has money still available through the New York State Small Business Recovery Grant Program. They're encouraging communities, chambers, IDAs, everyone to encourage businesses. I don't know if there's so much maybe stimulus fatigue. There's a lot of programs out there, and some of it can be quite confusing. This is a pretty flexible program. It's easy to access funds through the form of a grant. I think the maximum amount a business could receive is about $50,000. So we just want to continue to encourage, as our networks to, if there are businesses of that can use that assistance. As we know, we're still coming out of COVID. That money is available, and we can answer questions if anybody has. Feel free to direct them to our office. I think that is all I have, unless there's any specific questions or anything the board would like.
Questions for Stacy? Thank you, Stacy. We have before you the internal financial reports through June 30th. Any questions on those? You also have loan activity reports as of June 30th. Tom, anything of note? I have nothing yet. Any questions for Tom? Thank you, Tom. Very good. Moving on to new business, we have a resolution authorizing an increase in the mortgage tax exemption amount for the mortgage from Bluestone Wind LLC to the Bank of Montreal and MUFG Union Bank NA by an amount of $99,000.
Yes, so apologies for some confusion during governance. This came to us this morning. Just a slight modification to the amount of which the company will receive the benefit for. So you do have a revised resolution in front of you. So what this is that Bluestone Wind will increase their total mortgage amount by an amount of $102,310. Of that, they are requesting an additional $99,000 in mortgage recording tax benefit. The remainder, that delta between the 102 and the 99, will be paid by the company. So this is, again, as mortgage recording tax is a benefit to projects really as of right through the IDA. This amount will increase by an amount not to exceed $99,000, that benefit that they receive. We do have counsel on the phone for both. Joe's on the phone and Bluestone Wind if anybody has any specific questions. But again, we've modified that. I think cleaned up the language on that a little bit.
Questions relative to this? Mayor, this come before governance?
Yeah, it did. We move it forward as a motion to approve.
Thank you, Mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Take a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstention.
Thank you, Cheryl. Carried. Item number 7, resolution consenting to the assignment by 50 Front Street Associates LLC to Avery 50 Front Street LLC of a certain lease agreement, memorandum of lease, leaseback agreement, memorandum of leaseback, and payment in lieu of tax agreement dated as of March 9th, 2017, covering premises located at 50 Front Street in the city of Binghamton, County of Broome, and State of New York, as set forth in Exhibit A attached here to. Stacy.
Yes, so I had a conversation with Mark Newman, principal at Newman Development Group, who has progressed efforts at a sale of 50 Front Street to Avery 50 Front Street LLC. You have a lot in your packet, information and background on Avery Front Street. The request is for the transfer of the pilot benefit that we had approved to the development group. The property will remain a high-end luxury apartment complex. A great start of the group that is currently the property management will remain in place. Really no substantive changes to the property, the use or management thereof. So the request is a reassignment of the pilot benefit to Avery 50 Front Street LLC. Howard Rittberg, Counsel for New Development Group, is here to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions for Mr. Rittberg? Okay. Mayor, this came through governance.
Yes, it did. We move it forward as a motion to approve.
Thank you, Mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jim. Any discussion? Take a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstention.
Sure, you beat me to the punch.
I know, I got a bad agenda today, so.
Abstention, motion carried. Moving on to item number 8, is there a call to go into executive session?
I do have one item.
Motion to go into executive session?
Motion. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are moving into executive session.
Thank you.
Yeah, hold on.